Hi, welcome to today's episode of Cooking with Mona and Mish. Today we are gonna make stuffed grape leaves. If you follow this recipe, you will have a perfect stuffed grape leaves. The ingredients are all listed in details in the description box of the video. So here I used grape leaves from the garden, and I have a short video before that I showed you how I prepared it. You can also use grape leaves from the jar. And the ingredients are all listed below the video. We have Himalayan salt, black pepper, allspice, turmeric, cumin, and paprika. And for the rice, you need short grain rice. I did not have short grain, I used medium grain. But for 2 pounds of rice and 1 pound of beef, the beef needs to be a little bit lean, like 85 to 15% or 80 to 20. And also I use cooking oil here, I use avocado oil. Also, it's not showing in the picture, I used also fresh lemon juice. And here is the brand of rice I used. And usually I washed it 2-3 times and then I soak it for half an hour. First, I like to separate the beefs with my hands so it will not be too sticky when I add the rice. Then I add the washed rice, and then I add all the spices and the oil and mix it all together. You need to be careful when you're mixing it. You need to mix it gently. You don't want to break the grains of the rice, okay? And you keep mixing it till it's like, make sure it's homogenized, mix the rice with the beef and the spices all together. Make sure when you start separating the grape leaves, there is one smooth side and another side is like the vein side. That's the vein side, that's the one that we want to stuff. So we put it like this, the smooth side on the board, and we can arrange them all on the board to make it easy to assemble. And then we can add the stuffing. Now, usually we like to make it not too thick. It's like a little bit, usually it's like the thickness of a cigarette. But I like to make it a little bit thicker, to have a little bit more rice. But it's up to you. In the past, like my grandma used to say, the good housewife, she's the one that makes it as thin as the cigarette. Okay, but you don't have to do that. We are now in the era of speed, so we want to do it faster. Then we start folding it exactly like a burrito. It's a little bit, of course, thin burrito. So you just fold them, first one in the middle, then the sides, and then you roll them till you get to the end. So I will show you here some more examples. Okay, hopefully that's clear. You don't want to make it too tight. Yeah, because the rice will expand in cooking. So then the grape leaves will explode, and the rice comes out of it. So you don't want it too tight and also not too loose, like, medium. And I usually stuff it the night before. So here is, I put it in a pan and then cover it, keep it on the fridge overnight. And then the next day I'll put it on the pot and to cook it. Okay? So in here I used all the stuffing and I have some extra grape leaves. These I will put it in plastic bag and keep them in the freezer, and I will use them another time. So here I cover them well with the plastic wrap and keep them in the fridge.
So it took me 1 hour and 40 minutes to stuff all these.
Now the next day we add about 2 tablespoons of cooking oil on the bottom of a pot, and then we will arrange the grape leaves in the pot. We want to make sure the bottom of the pan has oil. And then we start arranging with the large grape leaves on the bottom. Okay, and the smaller one, we put them as a second layer. So this will come up about like between 2.5 to 3.5 layers of grape leaves. It depends on the size of your pot. And here is the first layer is done, and then now we're gonna add the second layer. Now, some people, they add the first layer as like a meat layer or chicken wings or potatoes or vegetables like tomatoes. For us, we like to have it grape leaves. Actually, we like the bottom to get a little bit like the Persian tatik, you know. So we like it to like not really burn, like brown a little bit on the bottom. Okay, it's a little bit crunchy. And actually, in our family, everybody fights for the bottom layer of the grape leaves. And here is the third layer. So here they came out about 3 layers. It depends on the size of your pot, okay? The smaller pot, the more layers you have. And then we add some cooking oil on the top of the grape leaves. All the exact measurements will be in the description box of the video. So for cooking the grape leaves, we need to put a weight to keep the grape leaves down when we add water into it to cook it, so it doesn't, open the leaves. They don't open. And you can have, there is a special weight that's there available in the Mediterranean market or Middle Eastern market. And there is also, just use a regular plate, and I put usually on top of it a bowl with water. So that's just to give it weight. Make sure don't put a heavy weight, If you put a heavy weight, you will smush it all together. So you want to be careful. So I either use a special weight or just a plate with a bowl on it, okay? Now we put the pot on high heat and we add boiling water. Don't ask me why. All my family, they always insist to put boiling water, okay? So we put boiling water till we cover the last layer of the leaves. So it's like you can see it a little bit above of the plate. So hopefully you can see it.
You see? And now we cover it.
So we keep it on high heat for about 10 minutes. Depends on how strong your stove is. If it's boiling too much, you can lower the heat then after 10 minutes or before a little bit to medium, okay? Then you keep it on medium heat till all the water is absorbed. And could be about 1 hour. Depends on the strength of your stove, okay? And type of rice used. Also, you can check it to check that if the water is still there or it had been absorbed, you can just open up the pot. Now, when the water all dried up, we are gonna take the weight, the water bowl and the plate from the pot. So now it's the time to add the lemon juice. And now we're going to add the lemon juice and then cover it and put it to cook on low for about half an hour. So in total, it took about 2 hours to cook. Also, it depends on your type of rice and the strength of your stove. It may take a little bit longer or less. Also, after your water dried, if you can taste it, and if you feel the rice still not done, you can add a little bit boiling water. Don't add too much, just a little bit boiling water and cover it and cook it longer, okay? And here it is after cooked. Came out really, really yummy. Everybody enjoyed it. I hope you guys learn the recipe and try it. And if you have any question, let me know.